Hello everyone! Welcome back to my channel GMB Today. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. The Chase viewers were left heartbroken after learning that contestant Tim McCarthy had died just weeks after filming his episode of the ITV quiz show. Viewers of The Chase were left in tears on Wednesday night, August 27, after it emerged that contestant Tim McCarthy had tragically died shortly after his ITV episode was recorded. Tim, hailing from Tyldesley in Greater Manchester, succumbed to a long illness in July. His wife Rachel McCarthy disclosed that he knew he was terminally ill with just months remaining when he competed on the popular ITV quiz show. Social media was awash with condolences and tributes as fans expressed their sorrow upon seeing him on their screens. One viewer lamented, "I read that Tim died just after the show was filmed. This is so sad." Another cautioned, "The Chase, I read on the internet today that contestant Tim has died since appearing on The Chase, so bear that in mind when making comments." A third simply stated, "R.I.P. Tim." His friend Stuart Keane told the BBC that Tim never even told them if the team won the episode and planned to tune in tonight to find out the result, saying, "He never told us who won, so we can't wait to see what happened." Tim's widow, Rachel McCarthy, revealed the 64-year-old had been overjoyed to be chosen as a contestant despite his health battles, reports The Express. "He was so excited when he was selected for the show, even though he was very ill," she said. Rachel admitted watching the episode would be tough, but explained it was an experience her husband had long dreamed of, adding, "The day of its airing was going to be very difficult, but it was part of his bucket list." Tim and Lorcan share an emotional hug after banking an equal share of £100,000. She further explained, "He was the most clever man I ever knew." Mr. Keane echoed her words, describing Tim as a brilliant friend with a brilliant mind. Tim was joined on the program alongside fellow players Lorcan, Shireen, and Julie as they went head-to-head against Jenny, the vixen, in a bid to win a cash prize. Lorcan banked $5,000 for the team, but both Shireen and Julie were no match for Jenny and were sent home in the tense showdown. Last to face the chaser was Tim, who shocked players by taking a high offer of $95,000 and winning it for his team. There was now £100,000 to play for in the prize pot, and everyone back home was backing Tim for the win. "Go Tim, fulfilling his dream, hope they win the big one," said one online fan. As another shared, "Tim got back with $95,000, fantastic." Much to the huge delight of everyone watching, with less than a second to spare, both players managed to beat Jenny, taking home a whopping share of £100,000. Fans shared their joy, penning, "What a win, especially as Tim was gravely ill at the time and died a month later. What a man." Another shared, "The Chase, well done to Tim and Lorcan for winning £50,000 each. I'm at least happy Tim got to not only win, but got to fulfill what was told to be a lifelong dream." It began as an ordinary episode of The Chase. Bright studio lights, Bradley Walsh's cheeky grin, and the familiar tension in the air. But what unfolded would leave fans across the nation shaken, their hearts heavy with both admiration and grief. The contestant was David, a retired teacher from Yorkshire who had always dreamed of standing behind the iconic podium. With his gentle smile, quick wit, and a twinkle in his eye, he immediately won the audience over. "I've been quizzing with my grandchildren for years," he told Bradley proudly, "so if I can face them, I can face a chaser." His words earned laughter and applause, and within moments, viewers felt as if they already knew him. David's cash builder round was electric. He rattled off answers with the calm precision of a man who had spent his life shaping young minds. Every correct response felt like a victory not just for him, but for the millions watching at home. He finished with £8,000, a strong start that set the tone for the rest of the show. When he faced Anne Hegarty, the governess, there was no fear, only determination. Their head-to-head was a thrilling dance of intellect, respect, and good humor. Even Anne, who was known for her steely demeanor, cracked a rare smile. "You're very good, David," she remarked. And he was. Against all odds, he sailed through to the final chase, joining forces with his team. The atmosphere in the studio shifted. Viewers could sense this wasn't just another contestant. David brought warmth, wisdom, and a genuine kindness that touched everyone around him. When the team set a formidable score in the final chase, Bradley turned to David with a sparkle in his eyes. "You might just do this, mate." And they did. In an extraordinary finish, the team held their ground, beating Anne in one of the most dramatic conclusions of the season. The audience erupted in applause, and Bradley wrapped David in a heartfelt hug. "That was phenomenal," he said. But what no one knew was that this victory would be David's last great moment. Just days after filming, news emerged that he had tragically passed away. The announcement came quietly at the end of the broadcast, a simple but devastating tribute. "In memory of David, a true gentleman." Fans were left in tears. Social media flooded with messages of sorrow and gratitude. "I never met him," one viewer wrote, "but it feels like we've lost a friend." Another said, "The chase won't be the same with his smile. This is so sad." Bradley Walsh himself shared a moving message. "David reminded us why this show matters, not just for the quiz, but for the people. He left us with laughter, courage, and a moment none of us will forget." That evening, The Chase was more than just a game show. It became a celebration of life, love, and the power of ordinary people to leave extraordinary marks on the world. And for fans, David's legacy will always live on, etched in the memories of a game well played and a life that touched hearts far beyond the studio walls.